views expressed in this video are not necessarily the views of anyone, but are most likely the views of me. If you, or someone you know, was offended by this video, or you're beginning to question your sexuality, please click the like button below. Enjoy.
What's up, you pieces of shit? This is the second time I'm recording this video because the video recorded before this was just a wee bit too fucking long to fit in with everything, which kind of pisses me off a bit, but I digress. The video topic today is going to be underage sex. And I swear to fucking Christ, if this doesn't piss somebody off, I'm going to be goddamn surprised. But anyhow, let's jump right into this. Personally, my views on this whole thing is, the laws, honestly, that are in place for underage sex is they're a little too steep. I mean, in the state of Missouri, a male is considered legal age to consent at 18, and a female at 17. This being because scientific studies have shown in several cases that women mature mentally faster. But that being the case, federally, it's not recognized as that, so federal-wise, legal age consent, whether you're male or female, is 18, no matter what. But it seems like they should, I guess, amend these laws a little bit, you know? I mean, not to the point, like, where it gets ridiculous, but, you know, kids are gonna do things, no matter what. And it's only completely natural for somebody 17, 16, 15 maybe, to naturally want to explore a more sexual side of themselves. So, making it illegal for them to do that really doesn't do anything, you know? But, I mean, if you're, like, ridiculously young, like, too young for any reasonable standards to be doing anything, then just fuck off. Don't be doing shit to begin with. Because if you're, like, 12, which is disgusting, if you're doing anything at 12, or if anybody is doing anything with anybody at 12, they should be fucking castrated. I mean, I realize this not necessarily the case, you know, if both parties are 12 or 12 and 13, 12 and 14 maybe, that's a little pushing it in my taste, but if you're like fucking straight up pedoing this shit, then no, if you're doing that, then you need to be fucking castrated with no humanity to it at all, no luxuries of sedation or anything like that, anesthetics, just have your balls cut the fuck off, and then have a bullet buried in your fucking skull, because you are honestly a disgusting piece of shit, and I hope you fucking die. But anyhow, but yeah, I mean, at like 15, 16, 17, it's only natural that you're more or less gonna explore some part of yourself in that way, because you're getting the full effects of puberty by that point, unless you're a late bloomer, you know, and it's only natural that you're going to explore yourself with other people, whatever you happen to be attracted to, as far as same sex, opposite sex, or even both. It's natural that you do shit at even, you know, a little younger. You know, 14, it's kind of natural still. I mean, it's a little fucked up, but it is what it is. And it really falls on the parents to be able to give their children the needed information for situations like this, because ignoring it isn't going to make it go away, and it isn't going to make it, you know, oh, well, if I just ignore the fact that, you know, my kid's getting to the age that they're probably going to be doing things with their body, with other people, so on and so forth, and, oh, if I ignore it, it won't happen. That's bullshit. You're being an irresponsible parent. You need to be kicked in the fucking nuts. I don't care if you're a woman, you got nuts, I'm going to kick you in them. But, I mean, kids, if you're watching this, like, kids around this, you know, general age frame that I'm talking about, being a reasonable age frame for this type of shit, then go talk to your parents. I actually have a rather possible and embarrassing conversation with your parents. You may not like it, but it'll help you, I'm sure. As long as your parents tell you the right shit. They don't tell you some shit like if you have sex before marriage, then your dick's gonna fucking fall off and wind up in an alternate universe where it's inhabited by dogs that are gonna eat it. Just, I mean, your parents naturally should give you proper information on this, and if they don't, they won't always come to you because I mean that's kind of uncomfortable. Not really something you really want to talk about with your kids, but at the same time, it needs to be done. So somebody has to kind of pick up their fucking balls off the table. Actually, grow a pair, pick them up, and initiate this conversation because it's an important bit of information to have. Because you can't just expect your kid to learn everything on their own. It's it's not something you do. You don't fucking send a retard into Chuck E. Cheese with $100 and just let him go. You have something to you know kind of keep track of them. Whether you got them on a leash or whatever, you have something as a guide, so they don't get in any trouble. So if you're not giving your kid the proper information on subject matters that they need proper information on, they're gonna get in trouble. And you can't just leave it to the fucking schools to do a sex ed class because that's not the same as getting actual information and having an actual conversation from their parents. It's very important, very very important. Hold on. This right here is probably a leading fucking cause of the situation, but um yeah, I mean, like, if you're 15 and up, understandable, very understandable that you're going to be exploring your body and, fooling around with, some boy you think's cute or some girl you think is hot or whatever the fuck else. But also at that age, you're going to make stupid mistakes emotionally by thinking, I'm in love with this person. I have to give them everything that I am. Don't rush into shit like that, and don't be a fool to your own emotions because honestly, at that age, you don't know what love is. You may like somebody, you may like them a lot, and you will mistake that for love. But you honestly haven't been around long enough to actually understand what a, a sense of love for another person that isn't your family really is. I mean, you can love your friends, you can love your family, but loving someone, being in love with someone is completely different than loving someone. So don't be a fool to your own emotions. It's gonna happen. So me saying this is just fucking filling airspace, I guess. But if I can help in any way, I guess I feel a little better about that. But you don't fucking just give yourself to whoever because you're gonna wind up being a little fucking little kid, literally a little kid with a little kid. You're gonna be a fucking teenage mother where your parents taking care of you and then your parents also taking care of your kid because you were too stupid to fucking have your boyfriend or you being the boyfriend or whatever the hell else wrap his fucking shit. Sex isn't that goddamn important. I'm not saying fucking save yourself or whatever the hell else. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, but be responsible. Be very very careful because there's too many fucking things floating around out there and people's things that it makes any fucking sense not to take precautions to keep yourself from catching shit like that. Because, I mean, just because somebody hasn't done something yet, just because they're a virgin still, doesn't mean they don't have something. Because people are born with diseases from time to time. Some people have dormant strains of AIDS, even. Nothing that would show up symptomatically with them. They're not fucking. They don't look like they have AIDS, but they have a dormant strain of AIDS in their body, and then passed on to you becomes an active strain. But too many people just rush into shit like that, well, oh, I'm 15 and I'm in love with this person. Nobody understands, they don't know what I'm feeling. Fuck you. Seriously. Just fuck you. listen to your fucking parents. Listen to people that are older than you, that have actually been around and know what the fuck they're talking about before you go off and do something retarded. Because there's absolutely no logical reason that you're fucking dropping your pants for somebody you think you love when you're 15 years old. Not cool, man. But, I mean, just, I'm not even sure I like covering this. This is fucking, like, just kind of creepy for me. Like, this is weird. I don't really like talking about it, but, hey, what the fuck ever. Just keep a fucking level head on you. I mean, it takes nothing at all. Like, if you're gonna do that, it takes nothing at all but a few fucking seconds before you jump on in there to fucking put a goddamn condom on. Nothing at all. And that's even if you let it go that far, because you honestly have the power to say no. You know, guy or girl, either one. And guys, don't take that misconceived notion that just because you turn a chick down, you're gay or whatever the fuck else. That's retarded. As all hell. But, and at the same time, just because a chick turns you down doesn't mean, you know, she's just playing hard to get. No. No means no, motherfucker. Seriously. She says no. Respect that. Don't go farther. Because it gets bad. If you go farther, if you don't listen to her saying no, that's rape. And that's 20 years. 20 minutes for 20 years. Well, I guess in your case, being, you know, pubescent and, you know, you get your first nut off and something. 20 seconds for 20 years is not a fair trade. Trust me, it ain't right. Real quick, there is no cigarette for this video, unfortunately, because as this is the second time I'm recording it, I smoked my cigarette for the first video. I don't want a cigarette right now because I literally just smoked one about 20 minutes ago, and I'm not going to smoke my last cigarette, but if that clears up at all. There we go. Anyhow, just don't. Seriously, I mean, there's no point in rushing into something like that at all. There's no point in rushing into sex. There's no point in it at all. I cannot stress that enough. Excuse me. If the person that you're supposedly in love with and that supposedly loves you really fucking loves you, then they won't press you into that, and you shouldn't be thinking that that's the only way you can express your love. Even though you really don't love them. Not the way you think you do. Because I can almost guarantee that your heart's going to be broken in a few weeks. A few months. At the most, a year. I mean, come on, seriously. How many people really have relationships at 15 that last a year? Anyhow. Yeah, man, underage sex is going to happen. And it's up to the kids, and it's up to the parents to be proper about it. Parents, quit being a fucking pussy. Talk to your kids about it. It's going to happen. Just fucking give them the information they need and quit being a cunt. And kids, if your parents are being cunts, don't try to figure it out on your own. Seriously, your parents have a lot of fucking information that you can use. Obviously, because you're watching this, you're their kid, they know what the fuck they're doing. Either that or they made the same mistake that I'm talking about here, and they're a single parent, whatever the fuck else. Figure out shit. Because you don't want to be 15, 16 trying to finish high school while you got a little screaming shitbag behind you fucking snatching your crumbs. You don't want it. But yeah. Just be safe. Seriously. It's gonna happen. I mean, there's nothing anybody can do. No laws that anybody can set forth and nothing that anybody can say keep you from doing it. But if you're gonna do it, be safe. All there really is to it. You can fucking get free condoms from the health center. Doesn't matter. Wrap it. Always.